Yo dudes, how's it going? We've had a little bit of an influx of new subscribers again, so new subscribers welcome. Thank you for taking the time to press the button and be interested in what I'm doing. We've got a lovely, bright and beautiful day in the north of England. The video is already filmed, so I figured I would do the intro at the end because it's a bit all over the place, this video. I've done a main thing, but then there's a load of stuff that I said I would come back to, and some other bits and pieces that I didn't think warranted its own video. So what we'll do is we'll do the main thing I've done, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the other things as well. In today's video, what we're going to do is some of the plastics have faded a bit, and I think the front and back bumpers are what they call anthracite anyway. So I want to make them all black. I don't want to use like the valet and stuff. I don't anything like that, because what I found previously is it looks really good and then it rains a couple of times and it goes straight back to looking how it looks previously. So basically I found a plastic dye. So what I'm going to do today is dye everything black. So I'll show like a comparison before and after, and also again I'll update after a while to show sort of how it's lasting as well. I've also got a load of other little bits and pieces to do on the van as well, so we're going to fit that in to this video as well. And by the end of it, the back windows and I'm going to get a sun visor on the front, but they're going to be done professionally because I think it's one of those things that needs to be absolutely perfect, and I'm not a professional. I don't have access to a heat gun or anything like that, so pay to get them done, but I'll do the rest. So let's go. First of all, I'm a sloppy person quite generally. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not, so I'm going to prep the area as well as I can first of all, just so that I don't get any on the paintwork or anything like that. So firstly, I'm going to mask everything. Also, my GoPro's been a knob, so we're just going to be using this camera all the time. Let's go. Okay, cool, so this is where we're up to. So fully masked off all the edges all the way around. You can actually see the colour difference here on this side better than the other side, but and then around the front as well. I've removed the badge and the lines and the number plate. So next step is to give it a clean. So it actually comes with this sponge, so it says make this wet with soapy water, which I've got in here, and rub it all down, and then once you've done that, use the other side to apply the plastic dye. So I'm going to wash it all again, so similar, masked everything off. Now I'm going to wash everything, and then at the point I'm ready, I'm going to make sure it's not going to rain because it's already had a quick shower, and then go for it. So apparently if it rains, I think it takes about an hour to dry, and apparently if it rains during any of the process, it's kind of ruined, and if it gets ruined, I have a feeling it'll come out worse than it is now. So give it all a wash, make sure it's not going to rain, and then we'll go for it. Okay, cool, so followed the instructions, fully washed now, washed it a bit more than what it said as well, so it should be nice and clean for the plastic dye to do its thing. Sky's nice and blue, so let's go for it. so here we are. So I don't know how much difference you're going to be able to tell. I can see some streaks. It says if you get streaks, you go back and do a second coat later on, but it's made quite a large difference to the side rails especially already, and then the front bumper. It's looking good as well, but again I've got a bit of streakage going on, but it just obviously makes it a lot newer, a lot cleaner looking. One thing to note is wear gloves, which I forgot completely. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to leave it like an hour, see how it dries. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do the back and front bumpers again, but the side rails are looking like new. So yeah, hour, I'll come back to you. Okay, so welcome back. Now, one of the things I said I would come back to is these panel inserts and the Velcro, and if they were going to last or not. Said I'd come back to them. So 2 of them failed, and I think the reason for being was it wasn't the Velcro itself that failed, but it was the, like, how do I describe it? The back end of the Velcro is sticky and sticks to the surface of each side, and then the Velcro comes together and attaches them all together. So it was actually the sticky side that goes against the wood that failed, and I think that's because basically, like, the structure of wood isn't like a solid piece. It's lots of little, I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, wood's not flat. It's loads of little microscopic dots, and I think that basically didn't seal as well as it could have. So in order to fix it, I just used some Gorilla super glue. There we go, all in there and holding the place. So it was actually the 2 that came off was the front 2, so this one and then the one on the back of the door. And I think that's maybe because they're a bit bigger as well than these, but anyway, I've done that. They've been on a few weeks since I've done that, and they're exactly the same as the day I put them on, so that should be solved that issue. Secondly, back windows now tinted, sun visor strip on the front. I'll go outside in a second and show you. It'll be like a montage thing because it's miserable today, but yeah, I went for the shade below 5%, so I think it's 85% tint, so it's not like black, but it's dark enough so you basically can't see in, but I can still see out essentially. And then the sun visor is 95% tint. And then also when I go outside, I'll show you the bumpers because they've come up really well. I think there's a couple of patches on the front and the back that I need to go and touch up, but essentially considering, and I know the camera doesn't pick up what they were like before, but they weren't black before either. They were like a really dark grey colour. So basically the plastic dye's done its job. I'm probably going to buy another tube just for touching up the little bits and pieces, and also when we move into the front of the van, just a couple of bits and pieces there I'll use it for again as well. also another thing I've added off camera is the Heiko and deflector strips on both sides. Took about 3 seconds to fit, super easy. You basically just pull off the sticky back plastic. So the wind deflector strips are super easy to fit. Like I said, you just pull off the sticky back plastic, slide them up, and then close the windows. And unless I did something really wrong, that's how I did it anyway. And they've been there a while, so they're fitting quite well. So the van's come together now. The next video is definitely the van is going to get lowered. I'm going to book that in this week at some point. I've got all the stuff I needed. I was waiting on when you lower them, the rear wheels move forward in the arch, so they're not central. So basically you can buy on top of lowering it the centralizing plates, which I've got. So we should be good to go. I just need to book it in. I know the garage I'm using. And so when that's done, I'll film the video. I'm not doing it myself. I don't have the tools. I don't have the area to do it. If I did, then I would give it a shot by all means, but I don't. So I figure it's easier just to let somebody else deal with it, and then I can move on and concentrate on like other stuff. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you next time for when it gets lowered.